You guys that are just getting started, you're not gonna start right here. You're gonna start down there. Probably in another city, another town. I grew up in Lake Charles, Louisiana, no money, raised by a single mother. I was in debt at 25 years old. First thing that I had to do in my life was not learn a new skill. First thing I had to do to get my life moving in the right direction was self-development. It is vital, it was vital for me that I improved myself and I could start depending upon me. I had to show up every day with some rituals, some disciplines, and start getting myself to trust me. Not trust others, but trust myself to do the right thing every day. One of the things that I started doing was beating the sun up every morning. I'm gonna beat that sun up every morning so that I have the discipline and the control over my life. So I knew, hey, before that thing pops, I'm gonna pop. I'm gonna get out of bed, depend on myself, get up at the same time every day, and for me that time, regardless of where I was beat that sun up. No matter where I am, I'm gonna beat that thing up so it gives me a sense of control over my own life. Second thing, I had to start cleaning up my life and my friends and my environment. When I was younger, between 15 and 25, I was doing crazy stuff in my life. Wasting my weekends. I have the saying, weekends are for the weak. I was drinking, fooling around with a bunch of bad things, bad people. At 25 years old, I cleaned it all up. Quit going to those places. Quit hanging out with people that did not have ethics and discipline in their life. I wanted to build something in my life. I wanted to become someone. And to do that, to become someone in the eyes of the world, just beating that sun up every morning gives me the sense of accomplishment. That I did what I said I was gonna do, that I woke up when I said I would wake up, and I start building respect for myself, start believing in myself so that I can go out into the world. And maybe today when I go into this meeting that I'm dressed for, they'll believe in me as much as I believe in me, and that'll show up in a contract, a deal, maybe even some money.
Need motivation?
Watch a Top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I quit on my business partner. I struggled to keep going. I was making $300 a month and felt like a complete failure. And the thing that saved me, that pulled me up, was studying the stories of famous entrepreneurs. I got the motivation from them. I also got the strategies of what to do next so that I can go off and achieve my dreams. And quite honestly, I still need the stories today myself to continue my motivation to take it to the next level. So today, this one from one of the best, Grant Cardone, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy. Rule number 2, never give up.
Never give up on your financial goals until you achieve your financial goals. There's people in this room, folks, that are going to be worth billions of dollars. There's a billionaire in this room right now. I'll guarantee you. Could be 2 or 3 of them. Billionaires in the making right here, okay? Question is, who's it going to be? Now, if somebody in this room, how many believe this? If somebody in this room made a decision, I'm going to put together $1 billion. How many believe that's possible? Everybody in the room believes it's possible. You might not think it's possible for you, but you know it's possible, which means what? The money's available. Would you do good things with that $1 billion? Okay, you know that about yourself. You don't know about the guy sitting next to you. You know that about yourself. So you know somebody could do it, and you know if you did it, you'd do good things with it, right? So go do it, man, because the money's out there. There's plenty of it. And I grew up with a little 4'11" Italian lady that knew nothing about money. She just knew, hold on, clip coupons, save your money. How many were brought up like that? Penny saved is? Penny earned. Save for a? See, you were brought up the same way I was. Eat all your food. If you don't eat it all, save it, put it in the refrigerator. Right? Some of you got food in your refrigerator right now, 3 and 4, 5 days old. You have no intention of eating it. Some of you got like 1/8 of a bagel left from 5 days ago. Right now you're like, oh, it's in there right now. You got ice cream in your freezer that's like 6 months old. It's expired twice. It's got that much frost on it, but you got 1 bite left. I know it's still good. You tell your kids this too. You pass on the same bullshit to your kids. Eat all your food, eat all your food, eat all your food. And then you wonder why we got obesity problems in America. We live in a country that's rich, and the people have scarcity in their minds.
Rule number 3, focus on results.
What is a mindset or belief that you have that you feel most of the time people disagree with you on?
Well, I think a lot of people think that I'm a positive person, and I'm not. Okay, this has nothing to do with positivity or motivation. I'm not like Mr. Beat my chest. I'm excited, and I'm gonna see myself through this because I'm gonna will myself through it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm gonna do something. What I'm gonna do is do something. I am going to make a call. I'm gonna send out an email. I'm gonna follow that up. I'm going to build a team that can do the same thing. Like, I am gonna win on action. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean I'm gonna outwork you. I'm gonna out-result you. So, and I'm not trying to out-result you, by the way. I'm just like, I need to get results in the marketplace. So I remember Gary Vaynerchuk was in my studio once, and he was talking about, he's like, I'll outwork you. I'm like, bro, we just met. You don't know me, I don't know you, I don't know what your work ethic is, I don't know what you do. And there's no way you can know whether you outwork me or not. And by the way, it doesn't even matter. What matters is, do we get results? Mm-hmm. And so what we've been successful with, this whole 10X thing, is about, hey, I am going to set a target 10 times higher than what I need for myself. And I'm gonna do whatever I have to do between now and the attainment of that target to get that. That is not a mindset, it is a decision, but it's not some positivity thing or enthusiasm. Like, I think people mistake that. I think that's to answer your question.
Rule number 4, change your thinking.
I'm talking to an audience that wants to get rich.
Just trying to really like make something
big.
Yeah.
Like become like Robert Smith rich, He's the wealthiest black man in America. Mm-hmm. Or Don Peoples, my friend who's worth a couple $2 billion in playing in the real estate game. Or, I want to get to the top of the food chain where I get to start making rules. He who has the goal makes the rules. Mm. And so I don't want a little money. I don't want a retirement account. I don't want my house paid for. I don't care about any of that stuff. I want to get rich. Mm. I want to create tremendous amounts of wealth for the people that my community, mm-hmm. for the people. It started off for my handful, right. Like me, my wife, my kids. And then once I'm like, okay, I can help more than that. I can help. I don't mean my neighborhood. People in my neighborhood can be helped.
Right.
Okay, they can be helped. They need help, by the way, where I live, right down the street. Mm. They just don't know they need help. They're rich, but they're not wealthy. They're not helping anybody else, dude. They're just helping themselves. It's freaking terrible. It's a life of poverty to have your house paid for. It's a mental poverty. Like, oh, I got my house paid for. I got my 2 cars. My kids are going to private schools, and I'm miserable because there's no purpose. Like, I'm helping millions of people around the world.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5, keep yourself busy.
What are you going to do on a daily basis? You got to keep yourself busy. You got to figure out some kind of way to keep yourself busy. They're going to share with you, my team's going to share with you a little schedule I use. I'll be talking about goal setting, how to set goals, how to achieve goals, how to keep your calendar full. Because if your calendar is not full and you said, okay, I'm going to quit doing dumb stuff and I'm going to quit hanging around these idiots, well, the truth is you got nothing to do and you're going to sit around and boredom's going to get you and you're going to go back and you're going to start doing the same you were doing with the same people you were doing it with. It wasn't until I filled up my calendar with activities and then got good at those activities that my life actually changed. And the last thing was I needed to start adding some people that could change my life. So the last 3 things is you got to get better at something. Keep your activities full. When you're winning, when you're doing things you're good at, you will want to do it a lot. You will not burn out on things you're doing well. And the other thing is you got to get around the right people.
Rule number 6, invest in apartments.
Why do I insist that apartments are the greatest investment of the group? Why should you focus here for your initial foray into real estate investing? In short, it's because apartments pass a number of tests that are vital to you not having to worry about whether or not you're going to make money in a deal, okay? You're here to win. You're here to make money. I'm all in on apartments for key reasons. First, apartments are real assets. When you own apartments and you own real tangible assets, you benefit from a number of things. One, you benefit from appreciation going forward if you picked a good location, cash flow right now while you sit and wait, and it's more expensive in the future going forward to build these apartments than it was to buy them. Number two, apartments produce positive cash flow, or at least they should if you bought it right, if you got the right debt on it, and if you picked the right property. Apartments produce positive cash flow, which is the holy grail of finance, a concept that very few people ever get right, almost as importantly as inflation. Same thing with cash flow. You're underestimating the value of positive cash flow when you pick a property. It is cash flow that gives it value going forward because one, you get to keep it long term, and two, it gives you security when you go to sleep at night. Now, that brings me to number three. This is called the multiplier effect. When rents rise, if they do in your market, apartment values increase. Look, if you're ready to take the next step and start investing in real estate like a total pro, you have to start with the big why. Why a particular class of asset?
Rule number 7, always stay broke.
Stay broke. Stay broke. Y'all got to stay broke, man. Cash is garbage. You don't need money. You don't need cash. Cash is trash. Your mommy and daddy didn't know this. Cash is garbage. It is trash. Take it out. Use it. It is worthless until it is put to work. Okay? Listen to me. Money is worthless until it is put to work. Money is useless until it is used. It's a piece of paper. Okay? It's got God on it. Look how they tricked us. Let's put God on there, man. Okay, we'll put Ben Franklin. It wasn't God's idea to have his name on a piece of paper. Everybody agree with that? That's a pitch. Come on, man. Put Ben Franklin on this. Right? He's the president. Okay? Like he ain't my president. He dead. And then we act like it's sacred and I got to keep it and protect it and now it's mine. This is what Brandon was doing this morning. We're talking about currency. If you look up the word, it comes from current. Current flows. It has to be in circulation. Right? It's plentiful. It's a piece of paper. It's only valuable when I take it out of my pocket, get it out of the system and put it to work. If I give it to the bank, if I call up Wells Fargo today and say, here's $100, what are they going to do with it? They're going to convert it. Instantly convert it into digits, and then they will send it out 9 times. Almost 10x.
Rule number 8, help others.
Look, these 5 days, it's 90 minutes a day. You guys carve out 90 minutes for me every day for 5 days, completely free, cost you nothing. And I promise you, I will put you on track to become a millionaire.
Yeah, man.
You know, so it's not difficult. But I can't do the willingness thing. You guys got to sign up for it. I can't do it. I know some of your audience are like, what's the strings attached? Dude, the strings, I want to help you. Yeah. That's the string, okay? If you've ever asked for help, begged for help, prayed for help, wanted somebody to take time to help you, this is a gift.
Yeah.
And it's my gift to you, and those that receive the gift, it gives me a gift back to me to fulfill my purpose. So I truly want to help people. This is not about inspiration or motivation. It's not about you getting all excited, beating your chest.
It's real tactical.
Dude, it's a strategy. It's a specific strategy.
Yeah.
And I've never needed motivation. I don't need anybody to motivate me. I don't need to jump up and down to get excited. I don't need to do a cold plunge to want to conquer the world or walk on fire, dude. I need a strategy. Just show me the math.
Yeah.
And show me that, and then I'll take it from there, and I'm going to figure it out just like you did.
Rule number 9, be with the right people.
I've created leverage on my leverage.
No,
You've created leverage on your leverage, on your leverage, on your leverage, on your leverage. You leverage your leverage like 15,000 times. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I like in 12 years, I didn't know I could do this, right? It was because people started believing in me, man. One, and then when I started seeing other people do this, when it became real to me, when I saw, oh wow, dude, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I'll tell you one of the biggest culprits, one of the biggest thieves in our society, and one of the biggest mistakes I made in my career was like simply just not being around the right people. I was around people that loved me when I should have been around people that had done something. Oh man, I love her so much. I love this, but they hadn't done anything. Like guys, you can love, you need to get around some people that have done something so you can take care of the ones you love. Because if you're not around people that have done something, you can only do to the degree that you're around winners. I'm sorry, your golf game's not going to get better playing around guys that don't know how to play golf.
And rule number 10, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is dream big.
Hey, you guys keep asking me what enough money is. How many times I got to tell you? First of all, if you're asking a question, you don't have enough money. Number two, enough money, by definition, at least my definition, would be you can take care of everyone you love. Everyone, all the people, your sister that you forgot about, your aunt that took care of you when you were growing up, maybe a school teacher that helped you out a bunch is struggling now. Like you can help your 2 kids, your wife or husband, and your parents, and beyond that. You know what I'm saying? You can reach deep, start helping all the people you love. That would be enough money, and still take care of yourself. By the way, I know some of you out there taking care of everybody else, but you don't take care of yourself. So you'd have to be able to take care of everybody you love, all the people you forgot that you love, and the people that can't take care of themselves, the guy on the street corner that you're like, dude, I feel sorry for this guy, I want to help him out. You can take care of all those people and yourself, and I'm not done. Okay? When you expire and you're done, you're history. You can't work anymore, can't produce anymore, you're expired. You would still, you got enough money to still take care of the people you love, the things you love, the charities you love, the causes that you believe in. Yeah, that's what would be enough money. And still not be out, by the way. You would have abundance in every way. You would have wealth beyond anything that's destructible. It would last forever. And you could literally change the world with the money that you produced because you were committed, you were charitable, you cared enough to go big enough. A lot of you guys, man, y'all just don't care about enough people. That's why you think so small. It's not about the cars and the shades and the clothes and the watches. Yeah, all those things are cool and everything, but the real game is, can you create enough wealth to continue? And you can, by the way. I mean, it's possible for anyone to do if you dream big enough. It's not possible if you don't think this big. But if you did think this big, if you could think this big, if you got around other people that thought this big, that encourage you to think big and really live into your full potential, you could create, you could absolutely 100%, starting from zero, still create enough wealth to take care of you, all the people you love, all the people you forgot that you love, and even when you're done, you could keep taking care of people.
I was 28 years old, 3 years sober, no drugs in my body for 3 years. I'm selling cars, and I'm getting good at it too. Like you come in and say, look, I got bad credit, and I'm not buying today. I'm like, oh, that's 2 cars. I'm gonna penalize you. I'm gonna penalize you for saying that bullshit. Okay. You got bad credit? That's perfect. At least you got some credit. See, I ain't positive. I'm there to get something. So Captain Ryan says to me, he's like, you're the most positive person I know. I said, dude, I'm not positive at all. I'm 10X. I get results, okay? I want to get the deal done. I want to make my kids proud of me. My kids aren't going to remember whether I was positive or not. They're going to remember whether daddy delivered the goodies or not. You understand? When you go to Whole Foods and they say, hey, that'll be $427 for 3 bags. And you're like, I got a good attitude. They'd be like, you need to get some 10X. You need to get some 10X and some money to go with your freaking attitude. I was 30 years old and I was starting to speak around the country. And a business partner that I'd been working with for 3 or 4 years, he said, look, I said, dude, I'm a crossover. I'm working on this one vertical. How many of you are dependent upon a vertical? Maybe you're a chiropractor or a dentist or insurance, or you're in real estate, or you're Sprint, right? And you got this vertical, and you're like, dude, I love my vertical. My vertical makes me feel good. My vertical pays the bills. Oh yes, I feel good. I love the vertical. But dude, I'm too dependent upon the vertical. I'm a little worried that you know what I'm saying? I got to keep doing this thing.
And I kept telling this guy, I said, one day I'm gonna cross over to a mass audience. He says, you'll never do it. Nobody ever does it. McGraw-Hill, you know the book publisher McGraw-Hill? They wouldn't publish a book called Sell or Be Sold because they said it was a sales book. I said, yeah, and I'm gonna sell some books too. National Geographic canceled the Turnaround King. How many of you saw that show? Canceled it. CNBC copied it, picked it up, threw it up on the thing. Look, this is what's gonna happen to you folks. How many of you have a dream? Hey, you gotta go get it. Okay? Dreams don't happen on couches and they don't happen in bed. If you're gonna realize that dream, you gotta go out into the marketplace. You gotta meet a new you. You gotta go through obstacles and barriers to where it's like, it doesn't even bother me anymore, right? Elena, 26 phone calls because I wanted to close the deal. She doesn't want to go out with me. I'm too short. Yeah, okay, I'm too short. How short am I at 51,000 feet? How short am I now? How short am I now? Goddamn. How short am I now? We're going 666 miles an hour right now at 51,000 feet. How short am I now? The plane that I bought, it was an expansion decision. The accountant said, it doesn't make any sense, man. You don't fly enough. It's gonna cost you too much. You don't go on those trips. I'm like, dude, am I gonna expand or contract? It's been 30 years. 30 years. It's probably gonna be 30 years for you too. Doubt, uncertainty, insecurities, rejection, disappointment, judgment. It's gonna be 30 years of it. If anybody thinks you're gonna be successful without paying that price, you're wrong. Are you willing to pay the price?
You see this financial statement right now? Right here, everybody has one. Some of you are seeing one for the first time in your life. Financial statements everywhere in the world, whether I go to Cincinnati or Singapore, they're identical. I go to Dubai, or I go to Taipei, or I go to Sydney, Australia. Financial statement, the languages are different, the culture is different, the foods are different. Everybody agree? The colors of the skin might be different. The financial statement is the same everywhere. And they all start like this, okay? There's this much of it, that's the revenue of the company. Typically, there's this much revenue and there's that many expenses. Okay, which one's more powerful? This is more powerful than that. Okay, I need to spend 95% of my time on the top part of this. You see where it says revenue, gross sales, less sales returns and allowances, net sales? That little piece right there, you can take to infinity. That, you can take to zero and that's it. You can never get it lower than zero. And like, if that don't boggle your mind, if that little simple concept, I can take expenses to zero, I can take gross sales to infinite. How big can I imagine? Okay, how do I pay for the jet? Sales. How do I pay for the 19 country trips? Sales. Okay, who's gonna give me a sale? People. Those top line is people. 95% of your time should be spent on income and people. People have everything you want. The people that you know do not have what you want. The people that you don't yet know have everything you've dreamed of. So how old are you, sir? 57 years old. The people that love him and care for him, that have taken care of him, that support him, have had plenty of damn time to change his life. He needs to now say, okay, I've been looking at the wrong damn place. Okay, he now needs to meet the people that can change his life, because it's not his mom, his dad, his uncle, his grandpa, his kids. The people that love you are not going to change the quality of your life. They've had plenty of time to do that. I was talking to some Wall Street guys and I'm like, dude, I hate these Wall Street people. And I said, I'm just not accepted there. I'm not like them. And the guy looked at me and says, bro, it's because you're talking to the wrong people. He didn't say bro, by the way, but he says, it's because Grant, he's like, Grant, you're not talking to the top of the food chain. The top of the food chain is exactly like you.
That's interesting.
They would never judge you. They would never criticize you. They would only admire you. They would want to pick up the bill with you. They would think they were with a brother. He says it's everybody they hired below him that is threatened by you. They said the reason you don't feel comfortable talking to these people is because you're talking to one level below who you should be talking to.
And that level seems like a level above because it could be a level above where you're at, but it's a different game. It's a different playing field.
The guy looked at me and says, look, bro, you're a savage. You're a beast. You have to talk to savages and beasts.
Yeah.
You're not built to be a corporate guy. That's not you. The reason you're uncomfortable, Grant, he's like, the guy told me, and this guy's way up there. Right. He says, the reason I believe you've had problems is because you've simply been dealing with the wrong people. And thinking that you needed those people, and the reality is you are those people you're studying.
Why do I love real estate? Why does real estate build financial freedom? Number one, protects your capital, okay? If I buy this deal, is the cash, the money that I put down to buy this deal, is the money going to be worth more or less in the future? No, the cash. Cash is worth less in the future. What about this building? Only if, by the way, not all buildings are worth more in the future. If the building's in a good location and it stays occupied and rents can rise, it will be worth more money in the future, okay? I want you to be sure you guys understand this. Not all real estate goes up in value. You think it's good to be liquid. I would encourage everybody in the room to stay illiquid. Wall Street wants you to be liquid. The banks want you to be liquid, okay? The courts want you to be liquid. Your lawyer wants you to be liquid. Because as long as you're liquid, they can grab it from you. You understand? Like if you're liquid, you're never going to file for bankruptcy. You'll never ever tap into a bankruptcy option. If you don't have a lot of debt, you can't use the bankruptcy courts, which are put there to protect you from losing everything. Now, I've never filed bankruptcy because my real estate got me through all the hard times. 2000, 2010, 2020, COVID. My apartments got me through when our other business hurt, despite what you guys saw in the news. By the way, when apartment rentals were going to go to 84%, 70%, the world was going to go to hell. We collected more rent during COVID than we collected the previous year. Did you even have the courage to borrow money? Because if you don't have the courage to borrow money, you will never have net worth and you will never have a good credit score. Everybody agree? And you don't need to worry about your credit score. How many of you you've been told you need to raise your credit score in order to be free on this planet? No, you need net worth to be free on this planet. Shoes, completely made up. Nobody needs a pair of Fendi's, and my wife does not need 6-inch heels. Everybody agree? Okay? You don't need all that stuff. But we made it up. So you got a product, you got a service, and now we can sell it to people. But you do need a place to live, and you need water, and you need food. Everybody agree? I got to have something over my head to shelter me from the exterior. I need some food, and I need some water. Those things will not change no matter what happens with the internet. Amazon cannot replace housing. It can replace where you get your books. So when I'm watching Blackstone why are they taking currency, converting it to buildings, okay? They take and write a check. They wrote a check for the entire thing, no debt, 10,000 houses. They then waited, filled it up with renters. I'm watching this in 2008, filled it up with renters. And then what they did was they refied the entire process, sold it as bonds to your grandmother. They pay your grandmother like 2.5% to 3.5%. Okay, your grandmother's so happy that every quarter she gets a little freaking bang. They probably worked with AIG to do this, or State Farm, or Allstate, or Prudential, or MetLife, or New York Life. Insurance companies back most of my real estate transactions. Okay, because real estate is that thing that an insurance company can use to depend on to pay for your life benefit.
You should write this down every day. This year's either going to be better for me or it's going to be worse for me. My marriage is either going to get better this year or it's going to get worse. My money's going to get better or it's going to get worse. My health is going to get better, my health is going to get worse. What I do today will determine whether it's going to be better or whether it's going to be worse. It will not be up to Trump. It will not be up to the Democrats. It will not be up to something that happens in Iran. It won't be up to the stock market. It's up to you. First, get rid of the little think and the old ideas and the middle class mentality. I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna save some money, I'm gonna put it in the bank, I'm gonna give it to the man. What's the bank do? The bank doesn't even keep your money. They hate money. Cash it's trash. Cash is garbage, it's pieces of garbage paper. It is only useful when it is used. They didn't teach you this in school. This should have been taught basic, 5th grade, 6th grade, not when in high school or college. Cash, this is a piece of paper, okay? It is a piece of paper, it's worthless. This is a piece of paper. This actually has more value. This piece of paper right here has more value than this piece of paper right here. Why? Because one person has this piece of paper. 2,000 people have this data. You understand? This piece of paper right here is useless though until it is used. How many of you were taught to save stuff? How many of you got sticky notes and you save them? You write like 17 different things on one sticky note. I don't want to use the whole pad. I'm gonna make this sticky pad last the rest of my life. Okay? You gotta get rid of the little think, folks. This little think is killing you. Let's find out if you got the little think. How many believe success is a mind game? Dude, it starts right here. You gotta fix this. You got to get rid of. Let's find out if you've been affected. Okay, I want you to look at your refrigerator at home. What's in it? Water? Nothing's in it? It's empty. It's very frugal of you. Let's buy a refrigerator, keep it empty. Okay? Huh? Leftovers? What kind of leftovers? What do you got in there? A week-old salad. He opens the refrigerator. Maybe tomorrow. I don't want to throw it away. Why? Because his mother taught him that. Eat all your food, eat all your food, eat all your food. How many of you are brought up like this 3 times a day? Eat it all.
When I met Elena, I called my mom. I said, I met my wife today. She's like, have y'all been out yet? I said, no, she hates my guts. She wants nothing to do with me, okay? Kind of like I felt about Pete the first time I met Pete. I told Jared, I said I want nothing to do with him. It's a true story. Pete's like, can I get 5 minutes? Sure, I'll give you 5 minutes. Might be 15 seconds. Boom, he made an impression with me. First impression is, what's the first impression? Last impression is more important than the first impression. Most of the people you meet, they're gonna have a bad first impression of you. Okay? Most of the people I meet do not like me. My wife she did not like me. She didn't even see me. She didn't even, like I was invisible to her. She couldn't remember whether I had black hair, brown hair, short, tall. She didn't remember nothing. Like, she's like, huh? Who are you? I met you last night. Huh? Yeah, you know, the guy in the RV. Uh-huh. So look, no matter what you do, there's gonna be people that don't know you. Right? You're going to be humbled. Elena did not know me, did not want to know me, did not want to get to know me. My mom said, Grant, if she don't like you, it takes 2, Grant. It takes 2. How many of your parents told you that before? It takes 2. You got to have 2 people in a marriage. And I told my mom, thank you, Mom. Thank you. And I hung up and I'm like, she wrong again. It don't take 2, folks. It takes 1 person to make a relationship work. It takes 1 person to make a sale. You know how many things I've sold in my life where nobody wanted to buy it? Okay, probably 80% of everything I've ever sold was to someone that didn't want to buy it. The other 20% wanted to buy something from me. Last thing I'm gonna say, it was his idea and our idea to get you here. You got sold this. You didn't buy this. You understand that? Okay? Don't be saying, oh yeah, I bought it. No, you didn't. You got sold this. Okay? We sold you on coming here. This wasn't your idea. You didn't call up and say, hey, I'd like to come down to the 10X headquarters. I'd like to give you guys money, spend a couple of days there learning.
In fact, would you guys do a challenge, put a challenge together and sign me up for a lot of other as well? No, this was our idea to get you here. Okay, and that's the same thing that's gonna happen for your audience. It's not gonna be them wanting to do something with you. You gotta decide. It takes one person to make a sale. It never takes a buyer. Almost never takes the buyer. It takes me to walk up and say, this is what we're doing.
Hey, to all of you out there that are having a hard time right now, if you're getting beat up, maybe you're broke, you don't have any money, girlfriend or boyfriend left you, had a loss in your family, lost your job. I got a little message for you. Okay, here's the deal. Number one, it can get worse. Okay, it can get a lot worse than it is. I know, I've not always lived up here where the view's good. I'm telling you, keep feeling sorry for yourself. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. Now, with the prevalence of experts on the internet, including Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and the plethora of people that literally can make quotes and memes, knock off Abe Lincoln's quotes and take credit for them. There's no shortage of people out there saying it's going to be easy for you to be successful. Look, it's not going to be easy. Okay, the advice you're getting out there is so wide open. There's so many people telling so many people garbage. Like it's going to be easy, you're going to be able to travel all over the world, all you have to do is become an instant celebrity or a star on any channel, or all you have to do is start posting pictures of you in cars or you on trips or you working out. Or look, it's endless, and it's driving me nuts that some of you out there that are getting your brains like handed to you, and you're sitting there, you're like, woe is me, what is wrong? Why can't I make it? All these people are making it. Number one, you don't even know if they're making it. You don't really know if they're making it. You don't know what their life's like, or if they're happy, or if they're really successful, if the money's real, if the cars are real, if the trips are real. You don't know any of that. So number one, don't feel sorry for yourself. Nothing's gonna change because you feel sorry for yourself. I lost my first 5 jobs. I was broke at 25. The more educated I got, the more broke I seemed to be. My mom and my twin brother said, look, leave us alone. Get your freaking stuff together, and then maybe, earn your way back into our graces. I was the black sheep of my family. I didn't even like myself. And me blaming others, me feeling sorry for myself, didn't change things. And most importantly, and maybe a benefit to me, was there was nobody on the internet at that time saying, I became an internet star and that's how I made my millions of dollars. That just wasn't available. Only thing available back then was you got to work. Okay, you got to work. You got to go out into the marketplace. You got to pick up a phone. You got to start where you are. You have to take that sucky, crummy job that you have and do whatever it takes to start putting money together. You don't need to go back to college. You don't need to go get another degree. Some of you got so many degrees, you could be a freaking thermometer. Like, you got to change the game, okay? You got to get tools and skills, simple tools and skills, so you can start monetizing whatever your skill is. So number one, you got to knock off the excuse making. It can get a lot worse. I promise you, it can get terrible. I thought it was bad at 23. It got worse, okay? It got worse. So I want to help you, but you got to drop the quick, get rich quick thing. It's going to be easy. I'm going to become a star. I'm just going to start knocking off other people's quotes. I'm going to put up pictures of cars and trips and think that makes me successful. It's not, okay? You can't steal somebody's profile and think that's going to make you successful. Got to work. You have to monetize, okay? If your daddy didn't leave you with a business, you have to go out and do something today that adds value to the marketplace and get you money, okay? Money. Nobody's telling you, go get money. Sell a product. okay? Now, you could sell a product out of your closet, but you're not gonna be able to duplicate that again tomorrow. So I strongly suggest that you get products that you can sell a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time. You got people out there just dropping F-bombs, telling you don't do anything you don't wanna do, don't do the stuff you're no good at. Well, you're not good at anything right now, so you gotta do something right now. Everybody has to start somewhere. It starts with you taking responsibility for you, and saying, hey, I got to go out and get one little skill at a time. I got to man up, woman up, I got to bone up, and I got to go into the marketplace and add value. Sell a product, sell a service, do something for the money, work for somebody else, become the most valuable person in your space. That's what it takes, folks. There's no shortcuts, okay? Today, I'm living up here. I live on the 33rd floor of a beautiful condo, 200 panes of glass in this place. You got glass all over the place, okay? I don't even know what we spend to clean the windows. It's ridiculous. When I grew up, I had one little window that looked at a brick wall, okay? And that's when I was a kid. As I grew up and got more of an education, my window got smaller and smaller and smaller, and I was acting like I was like I had my shit together. Okay, so look, you got to get a good job. How do you get a good job? You get the job you're at and you get good at it. I don't care what job it is. I lost 5 jobs. All 5 of them, they probably shouldn't have hired me, and they did. They gave me a shot, and I lost them. I deserved to lose all 5 of them. They shouldn't have kept me there as long as I was. If you got drug problems, alcohol problems, you're gonna have to get rid of them, okay? You're gonna have to confront the beast. If you got a bunch of freaking loser friends around, you gotta get rid of them. You want the great life? You want the real deal life? It's not about posting it online. It's about living it. It's about doing it. It's about paying the price. All the successful ones paid the price.
Whoever is most certain wins the sales game, okay? You want to write this down. It is not about trust, it is about certainty. Whoever is most certain wins the sales game. Certainty wins the sales game. If he's certain he's not going to do it, he ain't going to do it. If I'm certain he is going to do it, certainty wins the game. Whoever's most certain wins the game. Elena was less certain about marrying me than I was certain about her marrying me. Had nothing to do with love. You don't need love to close the deal. You need certainty. Half of the people that have done business with me said they would never do business with me. Half the people that follow me today did not like me when they first saw me. One of the number 1 comments we get is, man, the first time I saw one of your videos, I hated your guts. I keep showing up, they change their mind. How many of you know this saying? You can never change a bad first impression. How many know that saying? It's completely not true. Some of my best customers have come from bad first impressions. I can't control a first impression. Some of you came in the room and didn't like me today when you walked in here. Nothing to do with me. It's about you having a bad day. Okay, now let me flip the page and give you a little certainty. You see how you wrote it down? This is how I would write it down. Number 1, you greet the customer. Number 2, you qualify the customer. You greet. Hey, that's how long a greeting takes, by the way. If you spend more than 2 seconds on a greeting, Thomas, great to have you here. Appreciate you coming. That's it. It's not about the weather. It's not about politics. People spend so much time in the greeting. Let's build rapport. Rapport is in the second step, in the qualification. How can I help your company? Make him more money. That's what he said. I need to remember that. The qualification process is designed to figure out what to show him and how to close him. This is a rapport building step. I'm taking interest in why he's here. Why do people buy things? Solve a problem. That's the only reason anybody on the planet ever buys any product, to solve a problem. Demonstrate the product, make a proposal, close, follow up. Those are 6 steps. What are they? Greet, qualify, demonstrate, propose, close, follow up. Did I miss anything? Everybody try this. Greet. Number 1, greet. Number 1, greet. Number 2, qualify. 3, demonstrate. 4, make a proposal. Make a proposal. Make a proposal. Number 5, close the deal. Follow up. That's it, man. Look, if you can't remember them, you can't do them.
Advantages of multifamily investing. Number 1, more doors, the easier to manage and fund the project. It's easier, it's just an easier deal. 2 units, harder to manage than 22 units. Because the bigger you get, the farther away you can get from it. 2 units, you need a manager. That manager is going to charge you at least 10 or 12%. Somebody's going to manage the property. Somebody's going to answer the phone calls. $4,000 a month, somebody's going to want at least $400 a month to take the bullshit phone calls. Number 2, all units. 1 location reduces management activity. Number 3, 1 closing, one property. I could buy one deal, get 300 units. You buy 300 houses, you need 300 closings. 4, one financial statement. 300 units fits on one financial statement. One duplex fits on the same financial statement. Number 5, produce enough revenue to hire a management team. Advantages of multifamily, you can hire a management team. Number 6, produces enough cash flow to invest in CapEx. CapEx, circle this word. It means expenditure on the capital of the building, meaning the capital improvements of the building. Roof, floors, cabinets. How many have done cabinets before? Use graphics. The guy that wraps your cars in your city, say, hey, come wrap my cabinets. I like things done quickly. I bought the house. Elena's not there. I call my wrap guy. Come in here, man. Don't sand it. Don't paint it. Wrap it. Boom, it was done in an afternoon. Number 7, more units allow more amenities. 2 units, you do not have a swimming pool, you do not have security, you do not have a gym. 300 units, you got a gym, you got security, you got trees, you got picnics, you got dog parks, you got great stuff, you got gates. I have properties where the pool at the apartment building is nicer than the pool that we have at our house. And Elena's like, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the pool at the apartment building. I got some apartment buildings, if I was single, I'd move in there. Because they got action everywhere. And the bigger the deal is, the easier it is to add value and spend money on it, right? If I'm gonna spend some money, man, I could spend it across a bunch of stuff rather than 2 units.
Apple Computer has $196 billion in cash today. They will borrow money tomorrow morning. Debt is good. Some debt is good debt. And there's not a wealthy company on this planet, not one wealthy company on the planet Earth that is cash free, that does not use debt. I don't want to get out of debt. I want to create wealth. And the way to create wealth is through debt. And the debt is cheap. The debt is under 3%. I pay interest only. I don't even pay the mortgage down. So basically what I'm doing is prepaying my mortgage, massive amounts of mortgage I'm paying down in the beginning so it stays stable. My debt stays stable and the asset goes up in value. So like a house, you see the problem with a house, and you shouldn't even have this comparison or conversation, because if I buy a house for, let's say the average house is about $240,000 in America, and I put 5% down, you're probably over leveraged right there. Why would they give me that loan? And the house doesn't provide any income. I want to check every month. I don't want to check every quarter. I want to check every month. I don't want to check 10 years from now. Dude, I want that paper back today. I want to sell to the Goldman Sachs and the Blackstones of the world. You can't start there, but you can level the game up to play there.
How many of you have a Kia or a retirement account of some sort? Yeah, good. It's garbage. It was a bullshit thing to rob you. How many of you own a home right now? Let me see a hand. It was bullshit. It was bullshit. And you put your money in there. You wanted money and you bought a house. You wanted money and then you put it in in a retirement account. You wanted money and then you gave it to Wall Street. You can't even get your money. What'd you do, man? What were you thinking? Oh, my mama told me a house is a good deal. Do you know any rich people that say, my house made me rich? Like if I had my whole career to do over again, I would teach people about money. Because basically what I've done for 30 years, while I was building out these other businesses, I was buying real estate. Every time I'd get a surplus of money, I'd take the surplus of money, I'd push it off to the side, okay? Let me just show you the simplicity of it. Okay. First of all, I got to make more money. Everybody agree? Everybody agree with that? Do you got to make more money? Because if you don't make more money, you ain't got any money. This is what Susie Orman says. Don't spend your money. Don't spend your money. Don't spend your money. Don't spend your money. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. All she had to do was go make some more money. Okay. Right? But what did she tell you? Don't spend it. You can't afford it. The truth is, you need to make more money. Number one, you got to make more money. Or, and really in the case, don't make it, you need to collect it. Or get it. Who's got my money? Number 2, what do I need to do now? I need to keep the money. It's not big words. And by the way, just because it's not big words doesn't mean it's not valuable. What am I keeping the money for? I didn't say save it, by the way. I said keep it. I don't need you to save money. There is no money made by saving today. How many of you know about compound interest? You're like, compound interest is the holy grail. No, not today it isn't. There is no compound if you're making 0.04% at the bank. Today's Friday's average savings rate in America was 0.12%.
That ain't 12%. That's 0.12%. That's not 1.2%. That's 12/10 of 1%. It'd take you 80 years to make 10% of your money. Okay, my mom was earning 10 or 12% 20 years ago. She was earning 10 to 12% in the bank. So every 7 years, that money doubled. You know the rule of 7? The 7, it was a calculator, right? If you earn 10% on your money, every 7 years it would roll over and double. Okay, do this. I think this is like, I don't know, 144 years to double money. $3 trillion sitting in banks. How many of you have a partner? You have a partner in business. Good. How many of you do not have a partner in business? Let me see a hand. Okay, yeah, you do. It's the bank. You took your money and you trusted a bank with it. What does the bank do? They think the paper's so useless, they get rid of it. You can't get your money back. How many of you saw the video I did where I tried to get $1 million in cash from my bank? Somebody said, Grant, you can't get your money. I said, what do you mean, man? Got me all freaked out, stopped my whole day. What you mean I can't get my money, man? I saw it on my account, man. And it made me, I hung up the phone with him. I'm like, I wonder if I can get my money. I don't know. The things that I invest in today, I promise you will be around longer than Facebook. Listen to what I'm telling you right now, okay? In your lifetime, there might not be a Facebook. This phone right here, how many believe this phone will cease to exist in the next 20 years? There ain't no way this phone's gonna be around 20 years from now. Okay? The things I invest in will outlive this phone, will outlive Apple computer. That's the only thing. I go out every day. This is how I think about money. I'm running every day for money. I'm fucking busting my ass, man. I'm busting my ass every day. I'm busting my ass. I'm busting my ass, trying to fill up the refrigerator, take care of the kids, get good education for them, fuel the plane up, put fuel in the plane, fly the plane, take care of the plane, wash the plane, invest in my business, right? This is what I'm doing all day long, you know? And then what I'm trying to do really is I'm trying to put this money to use at some point. Okay, I operate with what I call as a 40% point. I'm looking for 40% to save on my income. Whatever it takes, how much money do I need to make so that I have 40% that I can take over here and shove a big giant piece of cake into a deal?
I thought I was frugal. I thought I was a mooch. I thought I was cheap. I was told all these things because in reality, tight, you know, I could squeeze an eagle off the quarter, People, I'd go look at a $200. I still look at the prices of this stuff. I think it's important to know what the price of something is. I would look at the price of something, and I was not cheap. I was misidentifying what the problem was. The problem for you, when you look at it, what you're hitting is, can I reproduce that 200 pounds? Right. And you're not sure yet. So you're not sure. When you get sure, you'll be like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take 5 of them. Mm-hmm. And that is the key. The key is to get so confident in your ability to reproduce money. Now, this complicates the issue because if you're in the e-commerce space, you're in a space that literally was just created overnight. Like it didn't even exist, 10 years ago, and got hot here only in the last probably 28 months or so. So you have the data. You have data that says, wait a minute, this space didn't exist, which only means it might not exist in the future, right? It could go away as fast as it came. So you have it on guard. Those birds I was with yesterday, they think everybody wants to eat them. Like they don't trust anybody. They don't trust their owner. They trust no one. And that's a good thing to have. So that when you look at it, you're like, hey, is this business going to be here? Is this business going to work? Is new money going to come in? Do I have the systems in place? Do I trust my people? Do I trust myself? This all changed for me with this real estate stuff. Mm-hmm. So I have 13 little businesses and then the real estate. The real estate is the one that can't be stopped. There's nothing on planet Earth, short of North Korea going nuclear, nothing will stop the income that's produced by that. When you have that coming in, and I'm willing to work hard every day like you are, but I have this machine going over here, 6,000 apartments, 7,000 apartments, 8,000, 10,000, paying me every month, a couple $100. Then I'm like, ooh, let's go on the trip. Yeah. Okay, who cares what jet fuel costs? Because I got a machine going over here. And that should be the game for everybody. Do great at this, the earned income that the Queen taxes so heavily. and then go over there and find this passive income that will pay you regardless of how talented you are, how smart you are, how well the video does, or how well the product release does. Get that passive income to be more than the earned income.
Hey, all you guys saying, I don't need this and I don't need that, I don't need this and I don't need that, and I don't need that. Oh my God, why you gotta have all that? How can you know what you want when you ain't never done it? Just keep it real, man. I'm sitting here on the front of a damn 180-foot yacht, leaving Monaco, telling my buddy Brandon back there, I said, bro, my whole life I have been guilty of saying I didn't need this or that without even knowing what this or that was. Can I tell you how many times I said, nah, I don't need a yacht. Who needs a yacht? Nobody needs a yacht. I've never been on a yacht, man. Okay? Like, take a jacuzzi on this yacht while you leave other yachts in Monaco. You do this one time and I guarantee you're gonna start thinking, God damn, man, how could I get me a yacht? You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real with you. This 10X thing makes you think big, makes you act bigger, and get you around some stuff where you're like, maybe I do need a yacht. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, I've given this experience to my daughter, which she will never, ever forget. I hope you guys...
Or unfortunately.
Yeah, because when you can't forget it, you can't forget it. And you're like, God dang, I want to go back to that life. It's like flying private. You fly private one time, and man, you will hate boarding Southwest Airlines. It's fantastic, man. This is how everybody should live. And I'm sharing this with you guys just so you know, man, how can you know what you want when you've never even seen it, been around it? Nobody's sharing it with you. They're not talking about how cool it is and good it is. Because I know there's a whole bunch of people in here going to hate on me because I'm showing me and my family living on a yacht for 2 weeks in the south of France. I know people are going to hate on me for that. Why, though? Why are you hating on somebody just trying to share $1 billion worth of game for free? You understand? I'm just telling you. Share this with somebody that's already told you, I don't need to be rich. I don't need to be married. I don't need to have kids. I don't need to vacation the world. I don't need a car. I don't need, the dream. How would you know if you've never had it? If you've never experienced it? These are balloons for my daughter, Scarlett. Okay, she didn't know she needed that, but she knew she wanted it. Okay, made me feel good to be able to do it for her. So look, just remember, the next time, make an agreement right now, the next time you say, I don't need all that, just ask yourself, have you even had that? Do you even know what that smells like on open sea in the Mediterranean? To do a trip like this and bring a bud, say, hey man, I got you, bruh. Okay, to bring my kids and my wife on a trip and not have to worry about the money every second. I used to take vacations. I worried about the cost of it before the trip, while I was booking the trip, during the trip, and definitely worried about it after the trip. Get yourself in a situation where you can do anything with the people that you love and care for. Look, I'm looking at castles. Come on, I'm excited now. God bless, be great. The thing I like about real estate is I don't need to believe that it's there. I get to see that it's there. I don't need to believe that 95% is occupied. I can take the 100 units and somebody's gonna show me 95 leases. I don't need to believe there's a pool. I can see the pool, you understand? Now, with Wall Street, bond market, checking account, savings account, 401ks, IRAs, I got to believe. This is one of the biggest companies in the world. 3 trillion they're sitting at, and they pay 0.05%. Half of 1%. So when you look at that, and it's a piece of paper, by the way, and that 0.5% is fully taxed to you. Fully taxed, which means if you're in a 50% tax bracket, that's 0.025. That's a quarter of 1%. It will take you 4 years to earn 1% on your money. It would take you 8 years to earn 2%. You get the math here? You got a problem if it's just a dividend you're trying to get. But of course, it's not just a dividend. You're trying to make money on this stock. In the case of the real estate, okay, let's say I put $1 million in Apple stock or $1 million in Bitcoin, whatever the case is. The target's $1 million. I had my last $1 million and I threw it in a deal. It's $1 million, it's 100 grand, it's 10,000. Pick whatever number you want. And I'm looking for a double. This has to go from 174 to 348 to hit a double. How many believe it'll do it at some point? Probably will. Now Bitcoin's at 50, what is it at? 47,000. So for me to double my money there, it's got to go to 94,000. Never been there ever. Probably will go there one day. If both of these get there within a year, I got to pay 50% taxes on that exchange. Everybody agree with that? Somewhere around 50%, 47 something. Okay. If you're in California, it's 63. I could take $1 million, me and a couple buddies. We could buy a $4 million piece of real estate. I'm already at an advantage over Apple and Bitcoin. Why? What's my advantage over those two? 1 million is supported by $4 million worth of assets, okay, that produce cash flow. Even if this thing goes down from 3 million to 3.2, 4 million down to 3.5 million, even if it was less valuable next week, I wouldn't sell it, by the way. Only got $1 million invested in it, okay? I still get cash flow from that asset. You understand this asset can go down in value and the cash flow could actually go up. Okay, in 2010, assets didn't trade. They didn't trade at all. We talked about this in our VIP lunch yesterday. In 2008, 9, and 10, even 11, the assets would not move, but the cash flow kept getting better. So this $1 million buys $4 million. What do I need to sell this asset for, in order to double my money? That's all I got to do. This has got to be sold for $5 million. If this sells for only $1 million more than I bought it for, I only need it to go up 25%, okay? These two assets over here have to go up 100% for me to make the money I want to make. To get a double, I got to get 100%. To get a double in a real estate deal, I only need that real estate to go up 25%.
Do I have a coach?
Yeah.
No, I do not have. I mean, I have my church. My church is my coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anytime I'm like, some people that get coaches, they don't even have the right questions to ask. Like, forget the right answer. Do you? Most people don't even have the right questions.
Sure.
So part of what I do with my church is to figure out what question I should even be asking. Because most of the time I'm like, hey, what's wrong with this? Well, that's not even what's wrong. Your family's important. Your dreams are important. These are the things that need to be first on your mind every day, not last. It's either first or it's last. My dreams are first every day, then my wife, then my kids. I could take care of my wife and my kids now. Would you agree? I abandoned this. This is the fuel for who I am. I abandon this dream, and then I can't take care of them. And then I'm gonna tell them what? It's all right that you didn't win. No, it's not all right if you don't win. You need to win. How many of you need to win more? Okay? If you don't control your environment, folks, somebody else is gonna control your environment. You guys that run teams and run organizations, if you do not control your environment, someone else will control your environment. You are being controlled in your environment right now. CNBC, CNN, MSNBC, the parents, the kids, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Google, the Snapchats are in your environment. Your friends and your relatives, your uncles, your aunts, the garbage dump called planet Earth that you live on is mostly broken people. If you don't control your environment, it starts with me. When I was 45 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna control my environment. I'm gonna take every penny I have, all the energy I have, all the resources I have, and I'm gonna improve me. If I got to go broke in the process, because I'm already broke. Look, if you're not fulfilled if you're not reaching your full potential every day, you're broke right now. Spiritually broke. Who do you need to be connected with long term? Because you're going to have to change your friends. You're going to have to, I don't mean get rid of the friends and family that you have, but you're going to have to add some new friends, new family, new peeps, a new network. You know, they say your network is your net worth. Hey guys, well, that's true. For you to keep scaling, 10xing, 60, 600, 6 million, it's all possible, I promise you. If I can do it, you can do it. I went from being a guy that was a one-man show, to running companies. I got 200 employees here, 350 in our real estate, partners all around the world. And it's only because of these 4 things I'm going to share with you in the 10X income system, which is first, mental. Second is, hey, what is my strategy to get to the next level? Three is, am I in the right vehicle? Picking the right vehicles, okay? Real estate's a great vehicle. Coaching's a great vehicle. Healthcare is a great vehicle. Education's a great vehicle. I'm in all of these, by the way, right now. Using online today, the metaverse is going to open up all kind of opportunities for so many people. I'll be right there. Webinars online, phenomenal opportunity for everybody out there. If you're in a situation right now, you don't like it. You don't like where you're at. You don't like what you're doing. You're limited. You're stopped. You're stuck. Okay? Grab this. Take advantage of it. Okay? I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's going to give you what you need. What you need so that you can have what you deserve. Everybody deserves a great life. Everybody deserves the ability. These guys will go crazy if I come in here, okay? You deserve the ability to, hey, make more money, period. Because the truth is, if you don't make more money, you'll never have money to invest. And you'll never get to the second hustle, the third one, the fourth one. You'll never get to the multiple flows. And I want to show you here how to get multiple flows of income. Literally, I have 3 income flows today that I do nothing. And they provide me with income every single month.
Because you made it this far in a video, I want to celebrate you. Most people start and don't finish. Most people never actually follow through. Most people say they want something, but they don't ever do the work to actually get it. But you are different. You are special. Believe Nation, you made it here all the way to the end, and I love you. So as a special celebration, if you put a hashtag Believe down in the comments below on this video, I will showcase you and celebrate you somewhere on the screen in a future video because you are awesome. For 10 more amazing rules from Robert Kiyosaki, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
My father just couldn't sell. He just kept holding up his PhD, but he couldn't sell. And you know what I mean? And I saw that. And that's when my rich dad, who had no education at all, said, you better learn how to sell pretty quickly.